I'm going to show you how to assemble the Proform 505 CST Treadmill. It's really simple to do, but you need a couple of people. So me and my wife going to run through this fairly quickly and show you how to assemble it. So sit back and enjoy this video. Here we go. First, what you want to do, you want to take your pieces out of your box. And this box is really heavy, and we're taking all of this stuff upstairs. So me and my son is gonna carry this stuff upstairs. And once we get it up there, we took everything out of the plastic and cut all the tie wraps off and laid it out fairly neat. So we won't have to be digging through all the trash trying to find different parts. So first we put the base down, and we bought a mat also. If you want one of these mats or anything, just look in the description below. And we start from right to left. First, we're going to put that right bracket on, but you got to put this cable through this bracket. So you pull it through and you clip this in place. And like I said, from right to left, we're going to assemble from right to left. Once we did that, we took this little screw off right here, and we're going to replace it with the screw that's in the kit. And this yellow kit has all your screws and bolts and washers and everything you need. It's good to have the right tools to work with. You see, I got the electric screwdriver. So we're going to put this right piece on first. And my wife handed me all the bolts that I need. It's 3 on each side. So I let her read all the instructions and tell me what to do, because if I do it, I will have bolts and stuff missing. So she makes sure I do it right. So I'm putting those 3 on the right, and just snug it. Don't tighten it up. You can, when you finish assembling everything, you go back and make sure everything is tight. So once we put the right on, we go on the other side and do the left. It's the same steps, nothing to it. Just put those 3 bolts on and snug them up and don't tighten them. And take this bracket here. And this bracket right here, we're gonna put it on. And once we get this on, we're gonna mount the assembly on it, the display assembly. And you see I'm putting those 2 bolts on. I'm gonna go on the left side now and put the other 2 on. Once you do that, you can get your display and you can go from right to left. We're gonna put this tray on. It's 3 little screws on each side, Phillips head screwdriver. So we put the right and the left on, and take these 4 bolts off. It's 2 on each side before you try to mount the display. And on the display, it also has 4 bolts that you use a hex Allen wrench and take them off, and that comes in the kit. So this wrench right here is in the kit with the screws and washers and bolts. So once you take those 4 off, you take your display assembly and you mount it on, and take your cable and run it through that tie wrap. It's a Ziploc tie wrap. Just run this cable through it. And once you run it through it, you're going to just snap your connections in place. You got a male and female, and it only goes on one direction. So don't force it in. Just turn it the right way and it'll snap right in place. Once that's done, you take those screws that you took out earlier and you put them here at the bottom. And you tighten them down. So like I said, we always go from right to left. Once you get those tight, you take your zip tie and you tighten it down and you cut it off. So now you're going to put those 2 screws in. This come out of that kit. Make sure you put those washers on there also, those lock washers. Okay, now we're going to put this handle on. It's a cover. We're going to go on the right side. As you can see, that's right. And then you put the 2 screws on first before you put that cover at the bottom. So you put the 2 screws on. Once you got those 2 screws, tighten up. And like I said, it's good to have the right tools to work with. Trying to use a manual screwdriver is going to take you forever. And don't tighten that up too tight. You might strip it out with your electric screwdriver. Just get your manual one and snug it tight. So you don't want to be stripping things out. Now you put that cover at the bottom on. And take those other 2 screws and you tighten those up. And as you can see, I tighten it almost snug. Then I use a manual screwdriver to do the rest. Once you do the right, you go on the other side and do the left. The same process. Now this is the last part we fit get. We fit do the bottom and put this bracket on. First you take those 2 screws out. It's hex. So like I said, that tool came with it. Get somebody to raise it up. Now you take this bracket and mount it like this. As you see how I got it mounted, with the other, it's pointing down. You see where my left hand is at? So you put that screw in, and you put the screw in on the other side, and you take your hex wrench and you tighten it up. Now you want to put this air cylinder on. And this is the air cylinder to raise it up and down. First you want to take that bolt and nut off, and then you slide it back through and tighten the bottom part up. Then you go to the top. You see where the instructions where it says 1 and 2, make sure that's pointing towards the floor. So now I'm going to show you how this works. You just take your feet and you push it, and it releases that. You see that? I'm going to push it again and lower it. And you can actually let it go at this point. It'll go down real slow. So I'm going to just hold it. This is our first time letting it go. All right, now I'm going to pick it back up. And you're going to see it snap in place. You see that? It snapped in place. Now I'm going to release it again. And I'm going to just let it go. And it'll slowly go down by itself. And when I finish this assembly, the next video, we'll do a review on this. But the only thing you have to do is just put the key in. This is your key, and hit your start. And for manual, you just want to hold the start for about 30 seconds. And it'll go to manual. It'll start going. So that's the lowest speed right there. So let me give it a try here. We got it assembled. See how this thing worked. I don't have any shoes on, so I'm gonna just start off with the slow speed. Let me hit another speed, see what happens.
About 4.
Now I better get off of this, so I'm gonna do my next video. We'll do a review. All right, thanks for watching and subscribe to my channel.